But that is the order then. John Boy taking the fastest time in the practice session out of Charlie Goff, Ozzy Albi third, Flakey fourth. But we're not going to read too much into that because it doesn't look like too many people were able to put a lap in anger out there. But nonetheless, let's go to the second race of the evening, the reverse grid feature race with a mandatory pit stop also thrown in the mix. All the drivers are going to come in at least once throughout the race, but they can do that pit stop at any time, whenever is convenient for them. They can come in and do that. So it really is up to them when they do it. But we've got 13 drivers still, as we did in the sprint race. And once again, I am joined by my very good friend in the commentary box. It's actually my friend outside the commentary box as well. But his name is Ryan Ruby, and he's here with me.
Hello guys, let's have a bit of an entertaining race.
Yeah, we don't just pretend to be friends in the commentary box, we actually do talk outside it as well. Usually it's just like, so have you done the standings yet? Yeah, but you haven't got the drivers to join yet. Oh, okay, cool.
That's sort of how it actually goes.
That's how it's gone the last couple of nights, because we've both been shattered by the end of the stream, and we're just like, yeah, should we do it tomorrow? Yeah, let's do it tomorrow. So unfortunately, as some people will know, tomorrow just never comes, does it? I mean, procrastination experts will know that tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is just another day.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, we can actually get the people that have competed to join the Discord, so we can actually get the results done.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that sorted out. But here we are on the grid, getting ready to go for this formation. That, as we say, there's a few drivers who have joined us over the course of this season. Luckily tonight, all the drivers who are here are actually already signed up on SLP, which is our partner, simleaguepro.com, that actually facilitate the organisation of our leagues, all the admin, the standings, the information to do with the races, all on simleaguepro.com. A big bit of a plug, by the way, to them, as they really do provide a fantastic service, and we're immensely grateful to them for how they make our lives much easier to be able to run these leagues. So if anybody here is interested in creating a league and thinks, well, I need a platform to facilitate the smooth running of my sim league, be sure to go to simleaguepro.com and you can actually create a league there. Speak to the Lazy Camel, who is the main man over there, and he can hook you up with I think a league owner tag, and you can create any sort of divisions for your league on any racing game, pretty much. It can be on PC, PlayStation or Xbox, it doesn't matter. And yeah, you can, it's got all the options, anything you could possibly think of for a sim league, it's got on there. So it really is an absolutely phenomenal service, and the guys there do a great job. And obviously it helps us run our league very, very smoothly. But also, if you guys want to join our leagues, then also check us out on simleaguepro.com. In fact, ideally, go to motiveracing.com first, because then you can check out all the things linked to us. But join our Discord server via our website, simleaguepro.com. No, sorry, motiveracing.com is our website. We're not simleaguepro.com. Motiveracing.com, join our Discord server through there, and then you'll be able to join our leagues on there. A bit of a long process, but really the easiest way is to just go to motiveracing.com. If you want to join our leagues on Project Cars 2, we run the Clio Cup on Monday night. We run these touring cars on Thursdays. We also run the GT5s on Friday nights. And on ACC, we're running a GT3 1-hour championship, 1-hour races on Wednesday. And we're running a sprint race championship on Sunday, which is 2 30-minute sprint races. So any of that tickles your fancy, head over to the website. We've also got an F1 league starting up soon on the F1 22 game. As we look like we're coming up on the line, I think we're green here. We are racing for race 2 of the night. As we can see, Thomas is already all over the back of Deku, coming down towards Redgates. They've also got Charlie looking to the inside, Flaky around the outside of Charlie, as Deku's... Oh no, Deku has had a collision there. Looks as though Thomas caught up in that. So Thomas and Deku, they're coming together into turn 1. And it's currently Ozzy Albi who has the lead ahead of Tibbs at the moment. You've got DJ Phil ahead of Connor, followed by Charlie there in 5th place. Nick DeVilla followed by Cobb, Flaky there in 8th place. Jay's already up into 9th place. It's been a very strong start there from him, ahead of John Boy in P10. Thomas Deku down to relatively the back, and then you've got Lightblade, who is actually the back marker. Lightblade has had an even worse start than those two.
I was in a world of my own. I didn't even see the start.
Well, Thomas and Deku made a mistake at all. Somebody stood off the track there as well. As that is, I think that is was
Connor.
Connor, yeah, Connor went wide there out of Coppice. See, I'm now drifting into a world of my own as well. As we've got Cobb here, he's pretty close on the back of Nick the Villa at this point. Aussie Albie's got over a second of a gap at the moment over Tibbs at the front, and DJ Phil's still on the back of Tibbs at this point. You got Charlie Goff into the pits.
Cobb and Nick are the only two that actually made a massive jump from the start. Jay's into the pits, John's into the pits, Light's into the pits.
I'll tell you what, Nick the Villa has made, you say there, Cobb and Nick have really made some gains on this first lap. Nick the Villa into P4 already, and we're literally only on the second racing lap of this one, as he's now looking on the back of DJ Phil, looking to try and continue these.
Oh no! Where's he gone?
What's happened there? What's Dick doing? He just got a little bit loose there. He's onto the grass. Is he mowing the lawn? Is he going to reappear? No, he's not. I thought for a second he's going to reappear in front of Cobb, Lightning McQueen style, as DJ Phil taking a big excursion there onto the grass, rejoins in P5. Cobb and Nick, though, up into third and fourth respectively, and Nick actually getting away with that excursion quite lightly, I've got to say. Aussie Albie still has the lead ahead of Tibbs at the moment, but Cobb and Nick continuing to side their way through the pack. Flaky up into P5 as well. Hasn't had a bad first couple of laps of this race, but Jay and John Boy, the big news, have already been into the pits for their pit stops. Lightblade's also been in as well, as there is Cobb into the pits and Nick the Villa into some clean air. Yeah, Nick's going to try and get past Albie and Tibbs for track position, I would imagine, and try and kick on from there. But there is Thomas there running in P8 in the BMW. He's just going to move up into P7 there with Cobb in the pits.
Deku into the pit lane.
Deku also in the pits. So Cobb, Deku, Jay, John Boy and Lightblade are going to be the drivers to have made their stop so far. Charlie's been in as well, and Charlie's actually 3 seconds ahead of Jay, so that is actually a position that is, well, technically set in stone at this point.
Back out. Cobb has got a massive gap to Jay, John and Lightblade. Here comes Deku coming out. Is he going to come out in front of Lightblade?
Oh, it's close, yep. Lightblade gets out in front of Deku just. But both of those two had a sketchy start to this race. Obviously, Deku was involved in that little collision with Thomas. Thomas has recovered really well from that, but Deku obviously has been into the pit, so you'd expect him to be a long way off. But Lightblade and Deku both having their fair share of bad luck on the first lap. Tibbs, though, driving an absolute cracker here, running in P2. He might not be there for very long because Nick the Villa is looking very racy on the back of him. Nick was half a second quicker than Tibbs and Aussie Albie on the last lap. But the two BMWs right now, Aussie Albie and Tibbs currently 1 and 2. Flaky, the other BMW, is running in P4, so it's the Beamers having a much better race in this second race than they did in the first one. Aussie Albie's almost eat that gap out to second. 4, sorry, yeah, Thomas, of course. So we got, yeah, as you say, yeah, sorry. Apologies to Tibbs there. Sorry, not Thomas, not Tibbs, Thomas. Can't get my words out tonight. You can tell I'm tired, can't you? You can tell I've had a massively strong coffee just to even be awake at this point. As Nick the Villa around the outside. Oh, he's onto the gravel though. Oh dear. And Tibbs back up the inside. And Flaky might pick him off. No, he's going to get there too late there. Nick the Villa's got that one covered for P3. As Connor there's got Lightblade very wide there.
Come out of the pit lane now.
Yeah. Lightblade is not having the race at all here.
No, he's not.
Cobb has been in the pits as well. How has Cobb come out 6 seconds clear of Jay?
Because Cobb pitted and he was nowhere near Jay at the start.
Yeah, no, he did.
Jay and Matt were all held back. Oh,
yeah, it was Cobb and Nick were making their way through.
Tibbs should give a 10-second penalty.
Oh no, Tibbs speeding in the pit lane. What a shame. It's so easily done at Donington though that the pit lane is literally meters.
So Aussie's coming out the pit lane now.
The entry point for the pit is literally meters away from the track where you're going full speed.
It's going to be tight between Aussie and Cobb.
I think Aussie's going to do it just about. Aussie Albie maintains the net race lead here, but Cobb is right up his chuff. Tibbs here coming out in what is a net P3 in this race, but he's got Charlie and Jay hunting him down. John Boy a little way off of the lead at this point, but Cobb will be wanting to get onto the back of Aussie as soon as he can. Aussie Albie though in a net race lead here. We don't want to put the pressure on him too much, but this is absolutely great stuff for Albie. We said before the start of the race that we'll be revoking our sponsorship deals with him here at Motive Racing if he doesn't get a win tonight. So the pressure is really on him here for this feature race. He's got to deliver, and so far he is doing just that. But
Cobb is looking all over him.
Yeah, Cobb is trying to distract him a little bit. But Ozzy's just got to keep calm. He's got the BMW is rapid in a straight line. As long as he parks his car in the right places coming into the braking zones, he should be able to hold this. But it's easier said than done. The Beamer is a lot slower than the Megane around this track. He probably got maybe a 6 or 7/10 of a second sort of potential difference between the Megane and the Beamer. The Megane is a much quicker car around here. It can't really be overstated. But they're side by side here down the start-finish straight. Ozzy's got the straight line speed, but Cobb's looking around the outside into red gates. Ozzy Albie though.
Ozzy should have him, yeah.
Ozzy, they're doing a really good job. No, he's going to cover him off. Yeah, through Hollywood they come, and Ozzy Albie there just has the legs to keep ahead, but Cobb seems to have much better grip through the corners. The thing is though, Ozzy Albie's parking his car in all the right places, and as long as he continues to do that, he should be alright. Charlie Goff there is currently running in P8. He's just ahead of Jay. But Jay's trying to make hay here, especially with Ozzy Albie and Cobb battling. It will give him more of an opportunity to close in on them two while they're fighting each other.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're going to see that Jay is going to try and catch up to Cobb and Ozzy here. And possibly put a battle in the three-way battle.
Oh, here goes Cobb looking to the inside, but once again Ozzy Albie's got that straight line speed coming down towards the chicane, and he's going to cover him off. And at the moment, Ozzy Albie just driving a very well-managed race. Cobb there a little bit onto the curbs coming out of the last corner. Ozzy there trying to restrict Cobb's exit there out of the last corner. Over the line they come. Ozzy Albie, I think, should just about have the legs once again into red gates. The two of them lapping in the 1:11, so they're off the pace. But they are currently the net lead. Yeah.
Cobb's so, off there through the T1.
The thing is, though, with these two battling, Albie and Cobb, Nick the Villa is now over 20 seconds in the lead. So could Nick the Villa, and even Flaky actually running in P2, Nick the Villa and Flaky could be in a position here where they might jump these two into the net 1 and 2.
Possibly. I mean, we'll have to see when Nick and Flaky come in.
They're both in a good position at the moment. Also, big shout out DJ Phil, currently running in P3 at the moment, only 7 seconds off for the lead, so he is driving an absolute cracker here. But it's going to be so close. And actually in the background we've got a BMW there of Tibbs being passed by Jay. Jay's up into P6 here. That'll be a net P3 in this race. Yeah, so Tibbs is in a couple of places here. Tibbs on his debut tonight. I've got to say, I'm quietly impressed with Tibbs here because it's his first ever race in the touring cars here at Motive, and he's not been shy of getting involved in the battles.
Just went off slightly there.
Yeah, Tibbs hasn't been shy at all of getting involved and getting his teeth stuck into some action here. So fair play to him. Jay flashing his lights there in the background. He can now see Albie and Cobb in front of him, but they've been losing time. Both Ozzy Albie and Cobb have been losing quite a bit of time to the guys behind them. John Boy there running just behind them as well. Lightblade is reeling them in. Lightblade is now all of a sudden only about still about 10 seconds off of the race lead. So he is a long way off.
Damage as well.
Yeah, he has got a lot of work to do. That's for sure. Nick managed to extend the gap by about half a second on the last lap. Cobb, bit of a tap in the rear. Yeah, massive tap there on the back of Ozzy Albie. Massive lock up as well there for Cobb as he was getting a bit impatient there. And he's now going to lose out, I think. Jay is looking around the outside of him. And Ozzy Albie just stretched his legs a bit.
Oh, Jay obviously was on the outside line, which is going to be hard to make a move there. In personal experience, I would have just backed out slightly.
Yeah, probably would have been best. In the meantime, all of these guys are losing time to Nick the Villa, who's currently got a 22-second gap to the pit stop pack, so he's going to definitely be in range to maybe jump them. But these guys coming over the start-finish line, you've still got Ozzy Albie leading this train of cars. Cobb still can't find a way through, and you can see in the background Jay's now behind Tibbs and John Boy, so Jay has had a nightmare. So here they come up the hill once again, and Ozzy a bit deep, gets it turned in just about. He is defending for his life here. Every corner he's parking it on the inside. One little mistake from Aussie Albie here, and he's done. That's the thing, and he knows that. In the BMW, he knows that one little slip and that's it, game over. But as long as you can get good exits and get the traction out of the corners, he's got the speed. The straight line speed in that BMW is formidable compared to that Megane. It's such a quicker car down the straight. But Cobb's now looking to the outside once again, side by side here down the start-finish straight. Now the Beamer will start to pick up speed, and this is where it starts to just pull away from them again. As Cobb now looking to try and maximise his space on the outside, but once again, Aussie Albie getting his braking point. No, he's not. Cobb's managed to get it to perfection here, gets a cut back on the Caravaggio, and Cobb up into P4, but I don't think it's going to be the net lead because Nick Lavilla is 24 seconds clear of them. But Cobb finally making that move on Aussie Albie, and he had to make it there and then, Ryan. I'll tell you what, if he had waited any longer, then he would have probably been out of range of Nick Lavilla for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cobb's now into what would be net P1, and he can start closing down the gap between him and Nick Lavilla.
In the meantime, Jay's got ahead of Tibbs again up into P9. Yeah, Lightblade is through as well. Tibbs has made a mistake. Tibbs has dropped back miles. In fact, Tibbs is in the wall. I just saw in the background, yeah, he's in the wall. So he's got big damage there on that Beamer. He's going to need to bring that into the pits. That's going to be quite a long time in the pits there. That will take a while to fix. Deku's having a bit of a battle with Connor here for 10th place as well.
But just look on that mini-map on the right-hand side and look at the cubicle going down to 2-1.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. So you got Cobb leading that pack. Now he's pulled away a bit. Aussie Albie's got John Boy right on the back of him here. But Aussie Albie's still in a good position. Could still fight this out for a podium spot here if he can keep it calm. But John Boy there riding over that curb, tagging the grass a bit, coming through the craners. Aussie deep coming through the old hairpin. That will give John Boy the run, and John Boy's going to swoop around the outside up into a net 3rd place here in this race. It could be a net P4 actually, because Flaky was also quite close to the back of Nick. Flaky also gained half a second on Nick on that last lap. So the battle for the lead pretty close as well, as Deku's still battling it out with Connor for P10.
Deku's drifting it through there. And you get the better racer coming through sector 2 here.
Oh, he gets on the grass a little bit. He's looking around him, but nothing doing. As Connor once again just doing everything he needs to. As I say that, he's gone deep. Deku will get the run on him. Deku executes the cutback brilliantly there and gets himself up into 10th place. Is he going to go deep? He does go a little bit deep, but he gets it round. Half distance here in this feature race. Connor now back into that slipstream down towards the chicane once again. Is he going to try and send one here? No, he's not going to do it. He's just being patient here. 3 drivers in the 109s on that last lap. Cobb, Jay and Lightblade. As we can see now, we've got Connor looking back to the outside of the Deku as we jump onto John Boy. John Boy is currently 2 seconds behind Cobb, but he's now ahead of Aussie Albie. Obviously he made the move out this part of the track on the previous lap. I wonder if John Boy's still in the battle for the win. Maybe at this point. He's only 2 seconds behind Cobb. We're not sure when Nick Lavilla and Flaky are going to come out, but I would imagine that Nick and Flaky will probably come out ahead of Cobb because they're both over 20 seconds clear of him. And I think that a pit stop here is about 18 seconds. I think it's a very short pit lane here at Donington National. You don't really lose a lot in the pits, to be honest. So I think probably Nick and Flaky will come out with P1 and 2. Obviously a net P1 and 2 because DJ Phil will be P1, having still not pitted. Connor a little bit wide there though, and that will allow Deku back up the inside for Coppist. Connor trying to keep it around the outside though. Great racing from these boys. As Connor a bit wide onto the grass, keeping the momentum though. Deku tried to tuck back into the slipstream there. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get back in the slipstream and didn't realise that Connor hadn't quite cleared him. But no harm, no foul. Those guys continue on their way.
Oh, we had a little bit of a gap between John and Jay.
Yeah, well, no, Jay was behind Aussie Albie. Aussie Albie's lost quite a few places here, actually. I don't know what happened to Aussie Albie. We got Aussie Albie's other half Emma saying fantastic racing in the comments. Pete Bibb says, thanks for comms, guys. Great job like normal. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, drop a like as well. We also got Stephen Archibald, evening gents. Great racing so far. Thank you very much. That's Archie was actually racing with us last night in the 3rd round of the ACC GT3 League. last night. His name's Archie619, races with us on a Wednesday night and sometimes on a Sunday when he can. Great to see him. He's always actually chiming in on our streams now when we're on Project Cars 2. I reckon we're going to convert him back to a Project Cars 2 player like we did with you, Ryan. I reckon we might be able to get Archie back on the OG kind of PlayStation sim racing game, if you like, because I wouldn't really call Gran Turismo a sim racing game. I mean, it kind of is, but it's more like an e-racing game than a sim racing game.
Yes, an arcade.
Yeah, it's
arcade
more e-racing than than sim racing, I think. In the meantime, Cobb's still running in P4. John Boy within about a second of him at the moment. The gap between Nick and Flaky, 3 seconds. Sorry, mate.
I was just noticing the Cobb and Nick's gap is just getting closer, but John Boy's just now made a move to what would be net P1.
Yeah, he's done that really well there. So, John Boy, well, it might be P1, it might not be, because Nick the Villa and Flaky, as we said before, they might be able to jump these two. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Nick and Flaky, leaving them guessing, trying to long it out for as long as they possibly can. But Nick seems to have the measure over Flaky. He's pulled away from him a little bit over the last few laps. Nick the Villa could be in with a really good shout here of winning his first race of this season. And I don't know if I could be wrong here. I have a funny feeling Nick the Villa has never won a race in Tier 1 here at Motive. I know he won back in the day when Motive was a bit bigger, during the height of COVID, when we had 2 tiers. Nick the Villa did briefly get relegated to Tier 2 because there was one season where he wasn't able to make many of the races in Tier 1. He then had to do a season in Tier 2 where he, I think, was either first or second in Tier 2. He did get promoted back up to Tier 1, but he did a season in Tier 2 and won a few races there. But I don't think, I could be wrong here, and Nick, I do apologise if I'm wrong, but I do not think Nick has won a race in Tier 1 here at Motive. I could be wrong, I don't know if I am, but he could be in with a big shout here of managing to break that duck. And John Boy did a 109.3 that lap. I just noticed, just as he was coming over the line to complete that lap, did you see John Boy's previous lap before this one? It was a 108.9. So we have seen it happen. The lap time that I personally thought was impossible has just been done. John Boy's lap before this one obviously did a 109.3 on that last lap. The one before that was a 108.9. That is insanity. Yep, look.
Oh, wow.
108.998. That is madness. That is absolutely incredible. As Nick's got the gap up to nearly 4 seconds to Flaky, John Boy has got the gap down to 21.5 seconds. As I said before, I think a pit stop costs you about 18 seconds here at Donny.
Light Blade's now down to 12.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. To be fair, I don't know what happened to Light Blade.
He's pitted.
Yeah, I haven't. He's got damage.
We've also lost the driver as well.
Yeah, we lost Tibbs a little while back. Tibbs out of the race, unfortunately. I think he had big damage on his car a few laps ago. We saw him in the wall, and I think he's just thrown in the towel, called it a day.
Between these two, between Deco and Connor.
Yeah, great battle here between these two. But John Boy, only 22 seconds off the lead at this point, gained another half a second on the race leader Nick the Villa on that last lap. So John Boy is coming for Nick. Nick needs to make sure he doesn't make any more mistakes. If Nick can just keep it consistent, he'd probably have this race win, but it's all down to whether or not he can keep his head in these pressure scenarios. We've got 15 people currently watching the stream. Guys, smash that like button if you're enjoying this right now. This race is going to go down to the wire. I think this is going to come down to the final couple of laps. Nick the Villa leads the race, but he's still yet to come in to make his mandatory pit stop. So is Flaky, running in second place. Those two are definitely going to be in a shout of a podium, especially, well, Nick, I think, has got the net race lead. Flaky is definitely going to be in the thick of it with John Boy and Cobb when he comes in. And Flaky driving in the BMW, a really strong showing from him in a car that is quite clearly, I think, the underdog in this series. A Deku bit wide there coming through the old hairpin. That might give Connor a chance to take P9 back here. As here we go, and Connor's going to breeze past him up the hill, back up into 9th place. Deku trying to keep it there.
Oh,
yeah, Deku trying to keep it there around the outside. Yeah. Oh, great race in there from these boys. Connor trying to come back up down the inside. And Deku's wide. And Connor's going to get it back up into ninth. Great race in there. Deku there just, I think, got a bit
Nick
distracted
just
maybe.
come up behind them.
Yeah, the race leader is coming up behind him. And these two are battling. So hopefully they see him coming. But Nick the Villa's in a bit of a rush here because he knows that John Boy's coming for him. Let's hope
If I
these
was
guys
Nick,
see
I
him.
would drop into the pit lane now and get out of the way.
Yeah, probably best because he's going to lose time behind these guys. But he is coming past, yeah. So through he goes.
So we'll see how quick Deku can get back onto the back of Connor, because these two have been battling for a while. But John Boy's now within 20 seconds.
Yeah, so
What time is that going to be? A 1:09.6.
Yeah.
So he's showing really fast laps.
Yeah, he really is.
DJ Phil Green just in front of them as well.
DJ Phil just in front of John Boy. DJ Phil's driven a cracker tonight. Really impressed with him.
Just there as well.
DJ Phil, I think, is in a net P7 in this race. Because you don't.
Net P7 or 8.
Yeah. So a great showing from DJ Phil here. Lightweight tail.
We're going back to this battle for P9.
Yeah, still these two giving it everything, and they've been joined at the hip for about the last. I'd say the last 15 laps or so. These two have been inseparable. Yeah, these two have been absolutely inseparable. Connor and Deku, and testament to these two. They kept going. They kept giving each other absolute hell in this race. They've got Flaky running in P2, just coming up on him now. Again, we're not sure how these pit stops are going to play out, but John Boy's got the gap down to 19 seconds to Nick the Villa. Nick the Villa's got to come in now, surely, because as you say, if Nick doesn't get this pit stop done and out of the way now, he has. If Nick doesn't come in and get this pit stop, if Nick doesn't come in now and get his pit stop done and out of the way, he could come out behind John Boy. If he comes in, he's got the chance to then hold him up and keep him behind him. If he's not in front of him, blocking his path, he's got no say on what John Boy does. I think Nick the Villa, if he wants his fate to be in his own hands, needs to come in soon so that then he can cover off John Boy when John Boy's behind him. Because right now John Boy's got a clear track. John Boy's got a clear track and can go as fast as he likes. Yeah.
I don't know if you're missing this, but Hobbs just disappeared out of the...
I think he might have disqualified himself. I'm just going to quickly take this because my boss is ringing me. I won't be a second, mate.
No worries. As we're currently watching this battle between Connor and Deku, which will be for P7. Deku's slightly wide there and losing the back end. Not going to be great for him. But Flaky's now into the pit lane. So that's going to... Now John Boy is now ahead. As well as... Is Jay going to be ahead? Jay's coming past now. So Jay is now into P3. Flaky into P4, Charlie's in P5, Aussie down in P6, Connor's in 7th. Shame for DJ Fielder, he was at the front in the top 3 for the most of the race. I think he must have got some damage after coming through the pit stop, because he was going to be in net P6 or 7. Shame for Cobb there, leaving with only 5 laps to go. But we're now watching on this battle between Nick and John, see where they're going to both come out. As Nick's going to be coming into the pit lane, we're going to jump onto Chase Cam. See if he gets his pit box. So he's got his pit box. It's not one of the late ones. He's not that one. Here is his pit box. He's in. And they're dropping him now. Where's John? John's just coming through the final corner. We're going to jump back onto Chase Cam and we're going to see the gap. John Boy and Jay possibly are going to go ahead of Nick the Villa. No, Jay will not get ahead of Nick the Villa. So that will be John Boy leading from Nick the Villa from Jay.
Did Nick the Villa have a slow pit stop? Because he's come out well behind. I thought it was going to be close between them.
John Boy was 17 seconds when he went in the pit lane.
Wow, John Boy's driven a stellar race here in this one. I wasn't expecting him to clear Nick the Villa by that much. Flaky down to P4, but it's been a really good race from Flaky as well. To be fair, unfortunately he's dropped off the podium for him. Yeah, very wide. He's got someone flashing in behind. DJ Phil, I thought he was going to come out in a really good position.
Here comes Flaky. He's not far off of Jay here. Flaky only 2 seconds off of Jay, and Jay's only 2 seconds off of Nick.
Yeah, so Jay could maybe give Nick a bit of hell in the last lap, but John Boyd's about to start the last lap. He's got a 4 second.
No, Jay's gone wide. Is that going to give Flaky a place to
maybe.
Flaky?
I think maybe Jay got it together just in time, but yeah, I'll tell you what, this could give Flaky could give Jay a bit of a headache on this last lap. 13 that we're currently watching. Smash the like button, guys, as we got Pete Biv saying Andy works too hard. I know, not when I'm at home, I don't. But we currently got John Boy out the front, enjoying life here, out the front in this feature race. He's had to work hard in this one, to be fair, as John Boy. He hasn't had this all his own way. He didn't have the luxury of knowing sort of what his position was, because Nick Lavilla left it so late to come into the pits that John Boy wasn't really sure, you know, what his situation was going to be once the pit stops were done. But ultimately, he's just kept pushing and pushing. He ended up doing a 1:08 in the middle of the race, did John Boy. An absolutely magnificent fastest lap of the race in towards the final chicane. John Boy is going to take another win here in this touring car season at Motive. A flash of lights from him. It's a brilliant, brilliant job here from John Boy, as you see Lightblade crossing the line right behind him.
They got Nick across the line for P2.
Lightblade there giving John Boy giving him a bit of a guard of honour as he crossed the line.
Flaky P4. Great result for Flaky there.
Charlie, some great
and
points,
Charlie
P5.
as well.
Yeah. Aussie Albie, once again, Aussie Albie, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this, mate. Oh, it was going so well. It was going so well. And Aussie Albie comes over the line. It's going to be P6 here. Ever in the chat must be devastated. I'm devastated as well. I thought I was expecting big things from Aussie Albie in this feature race, and it's not transpired. But nonetheless, P6 for him, some decent points, you know, nonetheless. Connor is going to come out to take P7 when we're going to jump on with him. There he is. P7 for Connor as he comes over the line. Deku and Thomas. No, Deku, sorry. Oh my god! Deku just holds on. I think he just held it. Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Come on, got him. Oh my god, 7,000%. Fucking hell.
Oh, what a finish.
Jesus Christ. So Connor pulled away from Deku at the end. Thomas gets P8, naps him on the line. Lightblade in the end, P10. Over a lap down. Did not go to plan for Lightblade tonight. That's an understatement. But DJ Phil.
It won't help him out in the championship where he's trying to close in on Jay and John Boy.
Definitely not. I think maybe Lightblade's chances of this touring car championship out of the window. He's obviously still a big contender in the Clio Cup. He's a championship leader in the Clio Cup on a Monday, but these touring cars, definitely not the way he'd have wanted it to go. But John Boy taking the win with a 1:08.9 fastest lap. That is rapid there from him. He was on another level there in that race. He managed to come through from the back. Didn't get an easy start to the race, but he just absolutely flew around Donington Park tonight and takes the result, takes the plaudits for it. Nick Lavilla and Jay completing the podium. But guys, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone jumping in tonight. Emma says spare room tonight for Aussie Albie. So she's massively disappointed with him for his performance, as am I. I don't want to go in on him too much, to be fair, because that's a bit harsh. Nonetheless, Pete Bibbs laughing at Lightblade's little guard of honour there to the race winner. But once again, guys, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. To the guys who liked the video, also an enormous thank you to you. Really does help us out enormously. And if you haven't already, please do smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join us at www.motiveracing.com if you're joining us for the first time.